Operations at PIM and your co-MC for tonight.
And I'm Kenny, investment lead at PIM. Leslie and I are thrilled to guide you through this exciting startup demo day. Whether you are an investor, media partner, social entrepreneur, or a passionate change maker, you are at the right place. Thank you for tuning in today.
Before we dive in, let's do some ice breaking really quickly. Can you all please scroll down to the bottom of your screen, click on an icon that says chat, and type in the country that you're in right now. Let's see where our entire community is tuning in from. So I'm in China. Okay, we have Brazil, we have Ghana, we have Taiwan, we have Hong Kong, Uganda. Oh my gosh, it's coming in too quick. Colombia, Sierra Leone, Argentina, the Philippines, Spain, France, Singapore, Madagascar, India, Hong Kong. Amazing. It was like from all over the world. This is so exciting. And thank you all for accommodating the different time zones to be here. Now let's go through our agenda for today. We have a very exciting lineup, including opening remarks, a fireside chat with top investors, industry experts, inspiring startup pitches, an interactive networking session, and the highlight, our People's Choice Award.
And with that, let's kick off the event. Please join us in welcoming our first speaker of the opening remarks, Jasmine Lau, co-founder and executive director of purposeinmotion. And Jasmine, I pass the stage to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Can everyone hear me? Good?
Yes.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Whether you're joining as a judge, mentor, entrepreneur, partner, or just a curious friend, welcome to the very first demo day of InnovImpact Incubator, or iCube for short. Today, we're here to celebrate changemakers who don't just dream big, they act. They see a problem and didn't just say, someone should do something. They said, I will. You'll hear from 4 entrepreneurial teams from around the world. One in Latin America is using AI to help farmers grow more and lose less. In Madagascar, another team turns discarded coconut shells into clean burning fuel, cutting deforestation and improving health. In Sierra Leone, a team is turning trash into affordable and eco-friendly housing materials. And in the US, one team is reinventing cleaning and waste management for a cleaner, greener future. We started purposeinmotion over 10 years ago to support young people driving change. Back then, social entrepreneurship wasn't popular, especially where we were at in China. We learned by doing, we made mistakes, and we kept going. Since then, we've created social innovation programs for over 13,000 youth from over 100 countries and helped mobilize more than $550,000 US in funding to support youth-led ventures. But here's what we kept seeing. Brilliant ideas were everywhere, but access wasn't. If you have the right background, the right contacts, the right pedigree, money moves quickly. But if you don't, it's a fight to even be seen. So we built the InnovImpact Incubator to change that, to support change makers who are building what matters, no matter their backgrounds. And let's be clear, these entrepreneurs, they aren't perfect. That's not the goal. You won't hear polished Silicon Valley style pitches today. Many of our founders don't speak English as a first language, but what they do speak is lived experience, urgency, and purpose. They're not chasing trends. They're building for real people, and they're aiming for impact that lasts. So today isn't about perfection. It's about showing up and showing what's possible. You've probably heard the statistics that 9 out of 10 startups fail. It sounds brutal, and it is. But for social entrepreneurs, that number misses the point. It doesn't count the people they have helped and the ripple effects on their families from improved health, better environmental conditions, new economic opportunity. It doesn't count the systems they have challenged. It doesn't count the new ways of thinking they have introduced. It doesn't show how purpose and sustainability move the world forward just as much as profit and capitalism does. So this is why Demo Day matters. These founders aren't just building to win, they're building to make something better, to create a new vision of what's possible. So as you listen, I invite you to really show up. If something moves you, say something. Ask a question, make a connection, share on social media. These founders don't just need applause, they need allies. I'll end with a quote that I come back to often. Steve Jobs once said, "The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do." But let's not only think of the Steve Jobs of the world, let's also think of the quiet builders, the bold local leaders, the social entrepreneurs working hard in their communities. People like the ones you're about to meet. Let's begin. So as Kenny has mentioned, today's panel is about the most defining parts of the startup journey. So not just the idea of the funding, but the relationship between founders and investors. When it works well, it's catalytic. When it doesn't, it can derail even the best ventures. So I'm thrilled to be joined by the four thoughtful and experienced voices in this space. Melody, do you mind sharing slides so we can show their bios? Akua is a Ghana-based executive coach. She's a former startup executive and founder of A&M and Company, who supports founders in leading with authenticity. And then Paolo, who's a Madrid-based innovation leader and senior program manager at Tenity, with a decade of experience across startups, VC, and global ecosystems. Amado, who's a Forbes Africa 30 Under 30 honoree and co-founder of Nimba SMS in Guinea, focused on inclusive tech and values-driven startup growth across West Africa. And Maria, who's the acceleration director at Magical in Chile, who helps early-stage startups scale and tackle deep-rooted regional challenges across Latin America and beyond. Let's dive in. So let's start by grounding ourselves in the heart of today's topic, the founder and investor relationship. Akua, you've worked closely with founders navigating high stakes decisions and investor dynamics. Can you share a bit more about how you view the VC founder relationship? Is it partnership, or is there a clear boss? Is the VC founder bond a marriage, a mentorship, or a transaction? And how do you define success together?
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me, Jasmine. Really excited to be here. And as Jasmine mentioned, I've had the opportunity to support a lot of founders. And one of the first things on a lot of founders' minds, especially if they've taken some venture capital or they have some investment, is sort of how to have this relationship with their investors. I've seen it go, I would say, in both directions. I've seen it be sort of a situation where the investor obviously has the upper hand, and the founder sort of is running around like a chicken with its head cut off, trying to do all the things, firefighting, adding a lot of things to their plate, because a lot of the things the investor is asking for isn't necessarily an organic part of what they're doing. If anything, it's this added thing that adds sort of additional things to their plate. So I've seen it be in that sort of situation. On the flip side, I've seen it be a really great, I would say, reciprocal, I would say a win-win situation where the investor truly is not just providing maybe financial resources, but other types of impact, other ways of supporting this particular founder, and it works seamlessly. It's not adding more to the founder's plate. It makes a lot of sense where the company's actually going. They're not asking the company to pivot and shift and change. And so I would say it really depends. And this is why it's so important for you to be really clear on the type of support you want, and also be really clear about the boundaries and the amount of time that you have. Because bringing someone on to support you, whether financial or they say they're going to give you other ways of support, can really add to your plate, I think, in a negative way.
Thank you, Akua. Yeah, that's super important. Paulo, with your experience across global ecosystems from Latin America to Asia, what patterns have you seen in how this VC founder relationship plays out, and how do you personally think about what makes it thrive?
Okay, so first of all, hi everyone, and thanks for the invitation. And super happy to be with among all the other amazing panelists, but mostly super happy to be among all of the real actors, real superstars, which are the impact startups here. So I've been in both sides, so in the bright side as founder and in the dark side as investor. So I lived both sides of the relationship. The most important thing is that I mean, although it's strictly business at some points, it's kind of a marriage in that sense because you need to choose. I mean, you need to fall in love with your partner in that sense, whether you are an investor investing in a startup or a founder searching for an investor. Um, because eventually, 60% or probably more of the investment, especially of early stage startups, are on seed. So if there is a real chemistry, a real connection between the founder and the investor, I mean, that's the key. Whether you pivot, whether you try to fit in the market, or you find an investors, because we're talking about a 5 years, 7 years, even more years relationship. So you need to get along. And we're talking about the human side, we're talking about the strategical side, the technical side, so you need to choose the real investor. So one of the advice I will give to startups is to not just spam connections and emails to random investors, but actually to cherry pick your investor, especially if you're an impact driven startup. And on the other side, if you're an investor, try to find the real, startup you can work with. So it's what I see, although as I said, I use the word marriage, but it's a mentorship because you are, as an investor, you often play a really important key role on the startup life. You have shared values and clear expectations on what will be your vision and your journey together. You define so-called success together. So you try to understand and build something together. You have an active engagement on, if you're an investor, on the startup growth, and on the startup side, you have a brother, father, or a wife, a sister. So whatever is the general partner of the fund. It's not about the startup and the fund. It's about the founders and the general partner, managing partner. That's the point. I used to work with different funds in the past, and I'm still friend with some of the startups in our portfolio. Although I'm not working with their funds because with the same funds, because the situation is that you build relationship. So that's about it. It's about business. I know that's at the end of the day, it's a capitalist, so venture capital. It says the words, but it's a human thing. So we are building a thing together, where you pivot or not, and when you create a unicorn, you sell it, or even when you learn the lesson. So when everything goes well.
Thank you, Paulo. Yes, it's a marriage, and hopefully, as part of Demo Day too, we help some of our entrepreneurs find good partners and good investors. Great. Now let's talk about what early stage startups can do to stand out, whether they're pitching to formal investors or convincing a partner to join their mission. Maria, you've seen dozens of pitches in your work at Magical. So, as an investor, what do you consider the most important in a business plan from an early stage startup team?
Yes. Well, first of all, thank you very much. Very, very happy to be here. Thanks for the invitation. And well, yeah, when I meet early stage startups, I focus on two main things. First, I want to see that the problem that they're solving is a real problem, not just trendy or buzzword driven, but something that truly, truly matters and that they understand deeply. Second, most important thing I look at is the team, is if they bring complementary skills, if they are the right people to solve the problem. For me, those are the two main and key things that I look for when I'm evaluating an early stage startup. After that, also, it's important the execution plan, both how they are building the solution and also how they plan to bring it to the market. Very thoughtful go-to-market strategy, even if it's at an early stage, shows me that they're very serious about creating impact and they know the path that they're going to walk by. And Also, these are the things that I look for, and for me, they're also red flags. And some red flags for me is when teams are too focused on the product and haven't really validated whether anyone actually needs it, because there can be great tech, but it doesn't matter if there's no real demand for it. So those are the things that I look for and how evaluate early stage startups.
Thank you, Maria. And Amado, you've built a venture from ground up and you've seen firsthand what makes a pitch resonate. So, from your perspective as a founder and promoter of inclusive ecosystems, what do you find is most important in a venture pitch or business plan?
Hello, everyone. Thank you. It is a pleasure to be here. I think that Mrs. Maria said so many important things. And as far as I'm concerned, there is 5 things that is very important to look into. I will come with the relevance of the idea. I think that it is one of the things that is most important. We always start by asking, is the idea address a real well understood problem? Too often, founders start with a solution before validating that there is a problem worth solving. A good idea is first and foremost response. In our case, we did a kind of research and development to develop our solution. So it helped us to have a match idea. So there is also the fit between the problem and the solution. Most of time we have ideas, we are inspired by some existing solutions and we want to copy that. And it's not always work because we need to have a comprehensive solution that fit the mindset of the people that we target. So the fit is very important. So that includes the way the product is planned to be delivered, who it's for, and whether it's accessible. A good solution, I think, is not just innovative, but also practical, user-friendly, and grounded in local realities. The free point is the team mindset and capabilities. Beyond skills and experience, I pay close attention to the mindset. I think that the mindset is the most important. Are we open to switch the solution from the raw idea to position it in a way it solve more problems and so is the team capable of working with other people? Are they resilient in the mindset? It is those things are very important. So strategic ability and ability to pivot are often more valuable than a perfect CV. So I look beyond the CV. And there is also one important thing. It is the 4 things. It is the ability to do like the things that the funders have done without funding or with little funding. So how far the team has gone on their own way is very important. Have they tested the market, built an MVP, or attracted early users even before an external support initiative? At I think that the MVP or the ability of the founders to have to test their product and to have some feedback is more than a pitch deck. There is also 5. The last point I look into it is the growth potential and early traction. I assess their potential to scale that might come from a strong MVP, clear demand signals, or even a small but engaged user base. So I think that is those 5 points are very important.
Thank you, Amado. It's very comprehensive, very, very helpful for our startup teams. Now let's shift from what makes a great pitch to what often goes wrong. And mistakes are part of the startup journey, part of the pivoting, but some are avoidable with the right guidance. Paulo, you've mentioned founders at every stage, and you yourself have been a serial entrepreneur. So, what are some common mistakes you see early stage startups make that lead to failure or cause them to halt their development?
I will start with a very hard truth. So don't get too romanticize too much on the startup. I mean, it's still business. So if you think that's the perfect startup because you love it, it doesn't mean that it's really a perfect startup. Because there's another thing called market, which you need to understand, and actually that leads to not understanding or following the feedbacks, not understanding what the competition are doing. Some of the startups are not following competition. Some of the startups are not following the market or trying to see that okay, now it's the right time to pivot, that's the right time to scale. So be on super hurry about building a startup. Once you enter in that life, you just need to stay focused on that. It's not a easy life. It's not a life that will stay only for 1 or 2 years. Will be at least the first 3, 4, 5 years of very intense. Although if you think that you close Series A, you still can fail. So that's the most important thing. So lack of agility in that sense, lack of understanding the market, and mentioning what Maria said before. It's about building the product based on the problems and on the market. It's not about how cool my product is, but is that solving a real problem or it's solving my problem? So that's actually the real impact on that. So that's the most important thing. So try to test it, try to feel the market, try to prioritize really the problem, and if it's an impactful problem. So MVP, it's the best, the most important thing so far, because you need to iterate, because you need to recreate your product. You need to talk with customers, you need to talk with investors, you need to also see the competitors. So why what they're doing, of course not copying them, but what they're doing, what I can do better for my market. And especially that's another thing. Startups tend to see initially as international markets, but they should start conquer their market and then the others, because I know so many startups that they started from Italy, for example, and they say, okay, we still not have the Italian market or even investors. Let's go to Spain or let's go to France because it's the closest market. And you're talking about different culture, although we are in, but the culture is way different, and the market and things like that. And probably last but not least on that sense, it's ignoring the storytelling. I worked a lot and I'm still working a lot with deep tech startups and biotech startups. They're super tech driven startups, but lack of storytelling for different reasons. Sometimes because the founders are a PhD researcher or a very high level of tech knowledge, something I really cannot dream of, but they lack of commercial side. It's still, as I said before, it's still a capitalist game in that sense. It's still business, so you need to try to balance the storytelling part, the romantic side of the startup, the product side, and of course the relationship with the overall competitors, overall stakeholders, or um, players on the market. That I think are the most important things, especially if you are an impact-driven startup. Try to understand if your impact focus and goal is not higher than the real sustainable, financial sustainable part. We all want to save the world, or hopefully, but we should also try to get something from this kind of business.
Thank you, Paulo. Maria, from your work across regions, if you could erase one common startup mistake overnight, what would it be?
Oh, only one. Well, there's
Yes, your top one.
my top one. I think there's some I'll add on of some of the things that Paolo says. I think the lack of focus sometimes at early stage it's very critical. Sometimes the early teams, because they're very passionate and they want to do many things, and it's very tempting. They try to address too many things at once, like multiple features and multiple segments and multiple markets. But at this stage, I think focus is everything. And the most successful startups that I've seen are the ones that really go deep and not go wide at the beginning, because that is where they will get a lot of answers, and then they can think about what comes next. But I think focus is very, very important. And if I can also add one more, for me,
Yeah.
also early stage is very important to be very open and embrace learning and listening to the market and also the people that are around you. It's not about proving that you're right. I think it's more about willing to test and to iterate and sometimes even pivot, as Paolo was mentioning before. I think it's a time for a lot of curiosity and humility, and that goes a long way, especially in complex markets, like for example, Latin America or emerging markets, or like I think every market is complex, but it really goes a long way, and where context deeply shape the opportunity. So I would eradicate those two if I could.
Great. It's always hard picking one. Yeah. We're a little short on time, but I wanted to end and ask Kua and Amado if you could give us some advice to founders seeking aligned high impact investor relationships. Just brief advice.
Yeah, I'm loving everything that everyone's sharing. And just because it's meant to be brief, I had two thoughts based on, I think, what a lot of us have been sharing on the panel. The first thought I wrote down was that remembering that businesses are people ultimately, right? So it really is important to build those skills, right? Emotional intelligence, be able to connect with each other, really focusing on those relationships. That's what's going to allow your business to succeed and be able to build something bigger than yourself, so that if you do leave, those structures are in place. And the second one I have here, and I think this is very much inspired by Paulo and Maria, is that people buy from people as well. You can have the best solution in the world, but if you aren't able to connect to people's why, if you aren't able to really solve their problem, they're not going to buy from you, right? And ultimately, we do need to build things that have that financial sustainability, and that's key as well. So I really appreciate that one of our panelists mentioned that as well.
Thank you, Akua. Amado.
Yeah, very, very interesting, Aqua. I think that one of the advice that I want to share is, as startups founders, we need to be focused and not to be distracted by the opportunities that we see on our market. We need to have one or two persona and target audience, and we need to start with a strategic positioning. We need to understand that that segment that we are addressing, one or two segments, not more, and work on it before extending our target audience. It is very important because it helps us to have the best metrics and to follow the development of the product, and to increase our ability to scale quickly. And one other thing, we must be very transparent to our investors and our partners. It is the core of collaboration and business success, I think. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Um, I love this conversation and could keep on going forever, but unfortunately, we're running out of time. Today's conversation reminds us that great ventures aren't just built on smart ideas. It's based on strong mission aligned relationships between people who believe in the same future, solving a real problem that is grounded in local context, solving it with laser focus.
Thank you, Jasmine, and the panelists. What a fruitful panel. So many to digest, and I think we should have another session to continue our discussion. So as our panelists said, yeah, pitching is an art. Literally, demo day is like speed dating, events between investors and founders. Like marriage, you need to invest time to look for the right one. So thank you again, Jasmine, and our incredible panelists for sharing your personal stories, experience, powerful insight. So let's show them some appreciation, everyone.
Yes,
Thank you so
amazing.
much.
Thank you so much. I'm so pumped. I definitely have the goosebumps just listening to all of you. But moving forward, now is the moment that we've all been waiting for, our startup pitches. Today, we're honored to feature 4 innovative social enterprises from around the world, each presenting their solutions to sustainability challenges. So our teams include AgroData Connect from Latin America, EcoCoco from Madagascar, Freetown Innovation Lab from Sierra Leone, and Olympia from Texas in the United States. Okay, and then here's how the pitch session will work. Okay, so next slide, please, Melody. Each team will have 4 minutes to present their ideas. After each pitch, our panel of experts will provide 2 minutes of feedback, and we will be really strict with timing. So once your time is up, we will cut you off. Our judges will score each pitch, and these scores will help decide the winner of the Best Pitch Award, which we'll announce next week during our award ceremony.
Yes, Leslie. And before we begin the pitch, we'd like to introduce our today's esteemed judging panel. They will be providing invaluable feedback to our teams and also helping us to determine the winner of the Best Pitch Award. So our judges today are first, Santiago Griamenti, VCs and Partnerships at Chor. Thank you for joining. And second, we have Basil Kamiani, founders of Turquoise Sustainability. Thank you. And we have Lydia Mamo-Kebret, co-founder and software engineer at EarlyFact. Last but not least, we have Dr. Rima Diab, CEO at Galaxy Organization. So welcome all, and thank you for your support as our panel judge today.
Okay, amazing. So now let's kick off our pitches. First up, we have AgroData Connect from Latin America. So AgroData team, when you're ready, please share your screen. We will start the timer when you are ready, and you have 4 minutes to present. Okay, and we will start now.
Imagine if farmers made smart decisions, not by chance, but with data. At AgroData, we bring technology to the field for a more sustainable future. 10 million tons of food are wasted each year in Colombia, enough to feed 8 million people annually. "41% of total food loss occurs during agricultural production, hurting productivity, and this only in Colombia. Now, imagine the world. Each year, 1.2 billion tons of food are lost on farms. Farmers lose crops due to lack of real-time information. Technology can boost yields by over 30%. That's why we created AgroData. AgroData is an AI platform for crop insights, from diagnosis to yield prediction, enable real-time, low-cost decisions to boost productivity, build farmers with limited connectivity and tech skills. AgroData offers early attention of pests, disease, and key crop traits, planting advice based on data, demand, and satellite info, real-time crop diagnosis. We are testing 2 tools, a citrus yield estimator and a potato disease detector, already in pilot with real users. Here, you're watching the real-time function, 90% accuracy in potato disease prediction and 95% confidence in the prediction of citrus yield estimator. In potatoes, early data can reduce losses from 41% to just 8%. With acre data, small farmers could boost gains by over 30%. Now, why acre data? More features, lower cost, simple, smarter, and more relevant than the rest. This is a $2 billion opportunity in Colombia and $17 billion across Latin America. We work B2B with agri-partners and cooperatives who purchase platform subscriptions and provide license value at $8 per month to their members, giving farmers access to multiple AI models. In 1 year, AI models, pilots, and early adopters now seeking funding to reach 10,000 users in 5 years. We are seeking a $12,000 grant to strengthen our technology, run field pilots with farmers, and grow agri-data into a solution that empowers rural communities with smart, accessible tools. If you are passionate about sustainable agriculture and innovation, we would love to collaborate as funders, partners, or advisors. Let's grow together. And this is our team. We combine AI, agriculture, and business with one goal: empower farmers. If you believe in smart, simple tools for farmers, join us. Thank you very much.
Amazing. Thank you so much, AgriData. Now we would like to invite our judge, Santiago, to share his feedback. Santiago, you have 2 minutes.
Hey guys, first, thank you for being here. I went a couple of days looking for stuff to share with AgriData. I love the solution. I really like the pitch as well. First, I will go with the gray spots, let's call it. I would say more passionately the pitch itself. I would share how passionate you are about the solution, because it also has social or environmental impacts on it. So when you read it, it's usually a little flatter than when you actually say it out loud as you feel it. Then the main point that I would mark is that I see that the prototype or the MVP is really valuable, the visual AI solution. There are a couple of possible competitors that I remember from around the world, but I think that the go-to market or the actual prototype solution, I think that it could be clearer. Other than that, I think that the scalability, the market potential, and the product itself are incredible. So that is my main points. Then I will, in the private room, I will share it with a little more depth. But I really like the solution. There are little small points to improve.
Thank you so much, Santiago, for your insight. Happy to have you here.
Let me take you to a common scene in Africa. You are in your kitchen cooking for your family. You light your charcoal stove, and within minutes, smoke fills the air. Your eyes stink, your throat burns, and your kids start coughing. In Madagascar, this is daily life for other 90% of households. Most families and many businesses still rely on charcoal and firewood, and that means deforestation, toxic smoke, and serious health problems. I'm Ambinsu, founder of EcoCoco, where we collect discarded coconut shells and turn them into clean briquettes. No trees, no smoke, no toxin. With EcoCoco, we fight deforestation, poverty, and indoor air pollution. 1 ton of our briquettes saves 7.5 tons of wood. We turn waste into income, and we reduce smoke, which means better health for families. And we're not just talking, we've already started. We launched small-scale production to test and refine our process. We've secured coconut shell suppliers and acquired key equipment for our soft launch later this year, and we won several competitions and even gained the support from the First Lady of Madagascar. Regarding the market, other fuels exist, but EcoCoco goes further. More are still wood-based, dusty, or harmful to health. EcoCoco is different, as you can see, no wood at all, clean, consistent, and low in ash. We might not be the cheapest, but the users say it burns longer and produces less smoke, and we are building long-term value, not short-term compromise. Now let's break down on our market opportunity. As EcoCoco is tackling a massive challenge, the numbers are just as massive. Our total addressable market includes nearly 2 million households and over 4,000 businesses that rely on wood charcoal. That's our long-term horizon. In the short term, we're focusing on Antananarivo, where we can reach other 600,000 households and about 1,000 restaurants and hotels. That's our serviceable available market. Once fully equipped, our initial production line will allow us to serve around 250 households and 10 to 12 B2B clients annually. That's our starting point, and we're ready to scale. So for that, here's our roadmap. Year 1, launch and grow. Year 2, expand nationwide and sign more B2B clients. And Year 3, double our capacity and explore carbon credit, and why not export? But to be fully operational, we need $65,000. We have already secured 18,000 and we're ready to go. We expect to reach cruising speed between year 2 and 3. We project an IRR of 31% over 5 years, even might higher, cost in year 3 due to team growth and material cost. So we're seeking 50,000 to complete our launch. The funds will cover equipment, setup, marketing, and operations. We are ready to enter the market, and we are looking for partners like you who believe in sustainable growth and local impact. Beyond EcoCoco is a committed, well-rounded team with skills in entrepreneurship, chemistry, sustainability, finance, communication, and together we're ready to make this happen. Let me close with this. Every day in Madagascar, millions rely on wood, and trees are cut for fuel. But it doesn't have to be that way. With your support, EcoCoco can turn waste into energy, create jobs, and bring sustainable solutions to family and businesses. We can become a nationwide solution, and why not even global? Thank you for your listening and your support.
Great job at EcoCoco. Thank you. Now I pass the time to Basil. Could you please share your feedback to the team, Basil? Thank you. You have 2
Certainly.
minutes.
Thank you. Kenny, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you. So congratulations on an excellent pitch. I love the way you started with a very evocative bit of storytelling. Let me take you to a scene in Africa. As the panelists mentioned right at the beginning, businesses are people. Storytelling is important. And you started with a story. Wonderful. That reminds me, actually, you've got an opportunity to hear the 4 pitches. I say 4 because you'll be able to watch the recording and listen to your own pitch back. Use this as a learning opportunity. You get better at telling stories, the more you tell them, the more you hear. So use this as a learning opportunity and practice. Take the things that you've learned from the other pitches and improve on the things that didn't quite land. But most of what you said did land. You confined your pitch to the 4 minutes perfectly, and I love it when people stick to timing. It means you're respecting the time of the people who are listening to you. You used storytelling and you used numbers. The number which hit me most was 26,000 people who suffer ill health as a result of breathing polluted air from wood smoke. And of course, you mentioned the numbers. You talked about how you might not be the cheapest. Now, I appreciate that the briquettes will cost more than foraged wood. Maybe address how you would persuade your market to pay the extra. But I think that's a sweetener on top of what we've got. I've got 10 seconds left. I will say I liked your scale, your addressable market. I liked your roadmap. I would just suggest add some images and videos. I'd love to see this in action. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Basil. And you clearly are really conscious with time too, right down to the last second, which I really appreciate that. But well done so much, Eco Coco, and thank you again, Basil. Now we want to welcome our next startup team, Freetown Innovation Lab from Sierra Leone. So Freetown Innovation Lab, the floor is yours. When you're ready, we'll start the 4 minutes.
Good afternoon, greetings from Freetown, Sierra Leone, the mountains, the rivers here, nice beaches. My name is Mohamed Kamara, the co-founder and managing director of Freetown Innovation Lab, a startup company that promotes circular economy approach to develop products that empower communities and environment. It will surprise you to know that globally we produce over 400 million tons of plastic every year. And guess what? By 2050, there will be more plastic in the ocean than even the organism himself. In the continent Africa alone, we generate over 17 million tons of plastic every year, and only limited amount is recycled. In the community that I'm living in Sierra Leone, we generate over 130,000 tons every year, and only 6% is recycled. We are changing this narrative, and we are solving this through an innovative approach that tackles both economic empowerment for the waste collectors and, of course, people that are involved in the everyday waste collections. In 2017, we lost over 1,000 lives. Part of that was because our gutters are stuck with plastic waste and discarded tires. Outdoor locations, in river places, and of course, in the landfills. We recycle them into products such as eco-friendly construction materials that contribute to 40% of global emission, and then develop furniture, dustbins, and a lot more. We've already achieved great success by acquiring over 540 loyal customers, who in turn, 504,000 loyal customers that are presently have felt our different products, and of course, empowering communities. We recycle over 60 tons of waste, creating an opportunity for people to adopt a new approach to products used, sustainability. We have a team of 17 in-house staff and, of course, 50 waste collectors. We've raised already over $70,000 in grants and on revenue, creating economic empowerment for people that we are working with. We are a team of diverse experts, people that are from the engineering background, people that are engineers, people that are marketers, and a lot more. But it's not just about us. It's also about our board of directors and advisors that are, again, tackling, giving us advice about our operations and guiding us through our day-to-day operations. We've already raised $70,000 since inception. We started in 2021. Now we're in our 4th year in operations, and we are projecting to reach 150,000 in the next few years. We presently generate revenues through sales of our products. That, again, has been very great, getting over 5,000 customers. We generate revenues through the Green Skills Collab project that we are doing with corporate. And of course, we do corporate partnerships with bigger companies such as Access Bank and Orange. We are seeking to raise $30,000 to enable us to invest into machineries and other areas that need scaling up. Join us in this adventure. But first, I will give you a 30 seconds video to summarize the story. Hello, my name is Mohamed Kamara, co-founder and managing director of Freetown Innovation Lab. I am born and raised in Sierra Leone, where, according to the World Bank, we generate over 130,000. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think my network went.
Okay, Kenny.
Yeah, thank you. So Mohammed, this is the final 4 minutes. Thank you. So Lydia, we'd love to hear your thought. You have 2 minutes. Thank you, Lydia.
Okay, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
I can hear you. For the next,
okay.
I'm here.
First off, I want to say that I really love that you're working on this. I know that there's a huge a waste management crisis in sub-Saharan Africa, and I know because I live there, so it's really great that you're working on this. And I also want to congratulate you on acquiring 5,400 users. That's an impressive achievement. But there are some things that I would like to point out on your deck and your pitch that I think will be beneficial to you going forward. And one of those things is I noticed that some of your slides were a bit text heavy and dense. So consider spreading that information out a bit and being more selective. That way, for people that are viewing the information for the first time, they can have an easier time remembering it later on. And I also don't know how the color red is perceived in your culture, but most people, when they see it on decks, they tend to associate it with errors and negative things. So consider using colors with a more positive energy when you give us good news, such as acquiring 5,400 users or training 200 women, which is great. I also noticed that you have a variety of products, which is awesome, but it can be really helpful to specify their unit price so that we can associate that with the financial projection table and know how those numbers came about. But I really, really love the project and I love the impact that you're creating. Thank you.
Thank you, Lydia. Love your points, and thank you so much. And last but not least, let's welcome Limpia. Limpia from Dallas, Texas, US.
Hi everyone, good morning. My name is Demi Oloide and I am the CEO and founder of Limpia. We are helping commercial property managers automate their property services and reach their sustainability goal while providing economic mobility for service providers within the local economy. Okay, so we know that facility managers are currently spending over $700 billion every year to keep their facilities running. The problem with that is that they currently have data that lives in a lot of different siloed environments. They're leaving a really high environmental footprint, and they have little to zero intelligence support when it comes to running their properties, meaning that this is all contributing to a fragmented ecosystem. Each of these properties waste about $200 billion every year because of this waste, taxes that they get, fines that they get, and just manual procedures. What we're doing at Limpia is we're helping them take those manual outflows and turn it into smart automated property operations to give them their time back and also give them operational insights. And we do this by eliminating inefficiency and returning about 30% in cost savings for operators and giving them saved hours in automation and ESG-ready dashboards for their sustainability operations. This is what our platform looks like. So we have 3 simple principles that we follow, which is schedule, monitor, and manage. We want to make sure that these facility managers can do all these things. On the flip side of that, we provide a platform called Limpia Door to our service providers that acts as a small business management tool to help them grow and continue to take on more jobs and become more sustainable. And we do all of that today for our service providers for free. So we've grouped our competitors into the space into 4 different buckets. We stand out here because of our economic mobility and our commitment to sustainability. None of our competitors are currently doing this within the market. Most of them are focused on outdated technology and mostly technology that helps the teams that are within the organization. I'm sorry, my computer is really very slow right now. So I will kind of talk through everything else. So we launched our platform in July of last year, and since then we've been able to hit over 193K in revenue. We've worked with over 10,000 service providers that are currently within our network. We've also helped property managers cut their costs by over 30% in saving them from fines that they would otherwise have experienced without using our platform. And we've also saved them, I want to say about 25% in water and other resources that they use for services on their platform. So our go-to-market is in 3 phases. Our first phase here is really building and creating our marketplace, collecting data, and then our second phase here is going to tie into IoT assessment. And then our last phase here is we're looking at full service automation for the buildings. And then our goal here is ultimately to take over every aspect of sustainability pieces that these companies have. So we're building Wimpir to create smart building automations and also help
Thank
local.
you, Jamie. Thank you. Sorry, time is up, but thank you very much for your pitching. I would like to invite Dr. Rima to give us some feedback on the pitching. Thank you, Dr.
Yes,
Rima.
sure. Yeah. First of all, it's a great presentation and thanks for having me. I want to ask, what is the AI tool you are using to integrate this system?
Of course. So we're using OpenAI integrated with our system. So that's what we're using right now. So that's just for our MVP. What we're really looking to do as
Okay.
we continue to gather more data from these buildings, then we want to be able to train our own AI models. But today we're using OpenAI.
Okay, thank you. And I didn't see that you are working with a team. It is your company, and you have team inside.
Oh yeah, so my team's actually on this call. I have Timothy, who's our head of marketing, and then we also have Lekon, who's our project manager on here. My screen was moving really slow, but we also have my CTO, who's not present on the call today. He's a previously exited founder, and he's founded a lot of startups that are based in Africa.
Yes. All the best.
Thank you. Thank you, Doctor.
Great. Amazing work, everyone. Let's give all our teams another big round of applause. And if you guys find the react button at the bottom, you can find a whole host of different emojis too. So feel free to share a bit of love. What an amazing showcase of talent, innovation, and lots of hard work in the last few months.
Yes, exactly, Leslie, and well done again. Without further ado, let's get ready to get connected in the breakout rooms.
Great, awesome. Well, first of all, I want to tell a little bit more about our networking breakout rooms. Our breakout rooms are designed to give you a chance to learn more about each startup's project and also network with each other. And this is how it will work. Can we go to the next slide, please? We will open up 4 breakout rooms, each featuring one startup team along with investors and experts. There will be PIM moderators in each room to help guide the discussion and keep ideas flowing. For audience members, feel free to join any room you like. You can switch between rooms to connect with different teams. Okay.
Thank you. It's very exciting in the breakout rooms. We don't want to stop, but at this time now, we need to do a group photo and capture this moment together. So I would encourage everyone to turn on your camera.
Thank you. One, and if you could have one switch, you want the application data, please press it. 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
So before we announce the People's Choice Award, I would like to take the time to express our sincere gratitude for all of you, but also all our sponsors for their generous support in making Demo Day happen. Your contributions are invaluable in empowering our startup teams. In addition to that, I'm super excited to announce that 2 of our sponsors are offering special prizes to all Demo Day participants today. So first of all, we have A&M and the founder Akua, who is a Fireside Chat speaker with us today. In addition to sponsoring leadership packages for our startup teams, AMM is also giving everyone here an exclusive 50% discount on their entire suite of digital leadership tools and courses. So make sure you scan the QR code on the top right and use the code ImpactLab50 to unlock this fantastic offer. My colleague Divya will also share more information in the chat box. Okay. And next slide, please, Melody. And secondly, we have Brevo, a leading all-in-one marketing platform that is offering all demo day attendees a 75% discount on their annual email marketing plans. So you can also scan the QR code and then use the discount code purposeinmotion to claim this exclusive offer. It is good for up to 1 million emails per year. Right? And Divya will also share more information about this in the chat box. Now let's find out which startup team won the People's Choice Award. Kenny?
And now the moment we are all been waiting for, the People's Choice Award. And the winner of People's Choice Award is, it's not me to announce, but we will receive PIM Award certificate, 75% discount of Bravo email marketing service up to 1 million emails per month, and A&M's Clarity Catalyst Leadership Bundle, and One Valley Entrepreneurship Service, and a $500 cash prize. So with a total value of $1,259. So without further ado, we would like to welcome Jasmine now again, co-founder and executive director, to present this award. Jasmine, please.
Thank you. Thank you. So first, I want to say thank you to all the teams for sharing your bold ideas and your vision for change. Today was inspirational. I learned a lot, and you brought forward solutions that are not only innovative, but deeply needed in today's world. So I'm really honored to present the People's Choice Award. It reflects the voice of our community, recognizing the team that resonated most with our audience. And the People's Choice Award goes to, drum roll, please. AgroData.
Oh, AgroData.
Congratulations and well deserved.
Wow, well done, AgroData. Can we give them some love? Some shout outs here. Well done, well done. And then the next slide here. So AgroData here, we got 536 votes. And AgroData got 239 of those votes. So about over 34% of the votes. Another huge round of applause for them. And AgroData, would someone from your team like to say a few quick words?
Well, first of all, thank you for the opportunity. We have been making a lot of work since we started in the Huawei Developer Competition, and thank you very much, PIM, for this opportunity. And we really make a better solution, a better app, and we are going to continue working because we are from families that are farmers, and we know how important it is for not only the farmers but also the whole world. So thank you very much. We are really happy to be here.
This is awesome, AgroData Connect. Congratulations. And this is just the beginning. So please join us next week for our award ceremony, where we will announce the winners of our additional awards. The award ceremony will take place the same time next Saturday, 19th July. And remember to register the link on the chat box here. And on that day, we will announce 3 additional awards. The first one is the Top Student Award that honors the student who demonstrate exceptional engagement and commitment throughout the program, and includes a prize package worth $450 to these top students.
Yes. And then we have the Startup Warrior Award, the second award, that recognizes the team that has shown outstanding progress, innovation, and resilience in developing their social enterprise. The winning package includes prizes from Brevo, A&M, One Valley, and PIM with a total value of over $2,950.
And lastly, we will be announcing the winners of the Best Pitch Award, which will celebrate the team with deliver the most compelling and passionate pitch today. This award recognizes the team with the greatest impact and exceptional storytelling skills with a total value of over $4,680.
So make sure you register and join us for the award ceremony next week. We'd love to see all of you guys there again. But before you go, can you please all do me a big favor, pull out your phones, scan this QR code, and take a quick moment to fill out our demo day survey. So this would be a really good way for us to hear from you, but it's also a good way for us to keep you updated on our future events. And to redeem your audience prizes and connect with our speakers today, follow Purpose in Motion on social media and subscribe to our newsletter. And before we close, actually, Kenny, I want to just hear from you really quickly. What was your main takeaway from the breakout rooms?
Oh my God, there's so many, so many to learn. And I think well done teams. I admire you guys, your pitching, you under stress. Everyone have stress on stage, you know. I'm sweating my hands, my palm when I speak, but you know, everyone the same, like Taylor Swift do the same when she's on stage. So well done. I see your compassion because you care about your community. That's the most important. I would like to make a big thank you for all the people coming today and our prize sponsors, including One Valley, Bravo, A&M, Chor, Huawei Cloud Singapore. And I want to make a big shout out to all our panelists, speakers, judge, media partners, impact influencers, incubator mentors, instructors, and our PIM team. This is our first demo day, and thank you for all the support. We didn't imagine that so many supporters came this time, so we really thank you for all the prizes. And for sure, a big congratulations again to the winning team of People Choice Award, Data Connect. And for next Saturday, we will announce the 3 awards. So please stay tuned.
Yeah. And I think Kenny just summarized it up so well. I'm really just so moved for everyone's support here, everyone showing up today. Thank you all again for joining us. We're going to keep our contact information slide up here for a little bit longer, and we will hang out, our PIM team will hang out for a little bit longer in case you have any additional questions. But in the meantime, keep innovating, keep collaborating. Let's change the world together. And I'll see you all next week at our award ceremony. Thank you all so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.